What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. The start of the women's college basketball season has shown us that the game is in great hands moving forward with some sensational freshmen who are already taking the game by storm in the first week of the regular season, man. We got to talk about Juju Watkins of USC. We got to talk about Michaela Williams of LSU. Hannah Hado out there at Notre Dame getting busy, and we can't forget about Malaysia Foa Wye with the up and under jelly roll. Man, all these ladies can flat out hoop, and we saw just what they're bringing to the table. Them not afraid to step up and being key players on some national championship contender teams. Whoo! Before we get into it, though, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest and join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming weekly, daily, whenever you need it. Now let's get back to business. Let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
The number one player in the country coming in, the top freshman in the nation, Juju Watkins, has the women of Troy 2-0 on the season and ranked in the top 25, and she's led them in scoring through 2 games. She's currently averaging 25 points per contest. She is getting busy. Watkins led USC over a talented and deep and experienced Ohio State team, 32 points in her debut. And that just kicked things off, right? Then they played Florida Gulf Coast in their second contest and moved to 2-0 where she scored 17 points. Averaging 25 points per game, like we said, getting buckets any kind of way she wants. She's big. She's a big guard. She's physical, getting to the cup. She can finish with either hand. And then you're looking at the jump shot. She's got one of the prettiest jump shots I've seen in some time. She can get it off the dribble, pull up. Just a fluid game, man. Like, you can just tell that she's honed those ball skills, those shot-making abilities. She's just tenacious, the ultimate competitor, and I think the next face of women's college hoops, man, if I gotta be honest with you. But it's not just her scoring that she's impacting the game. She's also guarding up, making plays on defense. She's averaging 7 rebounds, and she's getting teammates involved, averaging 4 assists at the point guard position, helping this offense flow for USC. They're exceeding expectations. They returned some talent. They got some transfers in, but everything is running through Juju Watkins, and she is living up to the hype out there in Cali. So it's going to be exciting to see how the ladies are going to do in Los Angeles. Those women of Troy are going to do out there. Hey, but what we know for sure is Juju Watkins is the real deal. Speaking of the real deal, playing for the defending national champions as a freshman is an achievement in itself. But starting for this group, this star-studded group who got 2 of the top transfers in the nation, brought in a talented recruiting class, and brought back a handful of players from last year's team that were key contributors on that national championship run. Michaela Williams has the capability to be the number 1 option for this LSU offense. She's got the skill set with the shot-making ability. I don't know if there's a player in the SEC better than her right now off the dribble, getting to her shot, especially from the mid-range game. She's another big guard who's physical, good in transition, can just blow by a defender or, muscle past them on the way to the cup. She's a tough guard in space, man. Like, you're not going to stop her when she gets that momentum going downhill. Another pretty jump shot, nice form, can hit the three-point shot, can hit tough shots, contested shots. And she's come out, and against Colorado, she absolutely looked like the best player on the floor for LSU. She looked like the only one that won a national championship last year, and she wasn't even on the squad last year. She absolutely does not look like a freshman. I think she's got the competitive edge, the talent, the fearlessness to be the number one option for this offense when it comes down to it. If they need a bucket late, Williams can absolutely get them one. So far on the young season, she had 17 points against Colorado, and it wasn't the greatest performance for LSU. They were overmatched. Shout out to the Bucks, but Michaela Williams was out there getting buckets, being aggressive, and just imposing her will. It would have been much uglier without her. Now, against Queens, she only played 16 minutes, but in that time, she scored 9 points. I think what really impresses me, though, is the efficiency there we go, that she's played with so far this season, man. She's shooting 50% from the field overall and 40% from three-point range. Getting her shots within this offense, but showing that, hey, she is here to play, to stay. She is big time. And we're going to keep it in the SEC because I got to talk about the South Carolina product local kid who's now starring for the Gamecocks, Foa Wye. Had one of the prettiest finger rolls, nicest, sickest finger rolls that we've seen in quite some time, man. I mean, this finish had the Twitter sphere, the internet buzzing. I mean, oh my goodness, the quickness, the shiftiness, going in, out, up, under, the fillet, lay, the finish. Are you kidding me? I could watch this all day, y'all. Just the finish here is just spectacular. And we knew coming in, like, she has one of the deepest bags out of this freshman class, and it may be debatable one of the deepest bags in the nation, man. Fluid, bucket, getter. She also had 6 assists as well. Just showing that she's capable of being that playmaker or getting a bucket, man. And I love this quote. So Dawn Staley actually offered her when she was in middle school. Saw the vision early. And I saw this quote, and she said, Dawn offered me when I was in 7th grade and would tell me early I was a generational talent, end quote. 17 points, 6 assists, and the most impressive stat, 6 steals? I mean, don't even dribble in her proximity or it's getting swiped. The quickness, the elusiveness, the shiftiness, the change of space, the craftiness at the cup. Foa Wye is the truth. And this team from South Carolina is already stacked with veterans ready to take that next step. And then you get a freshman like Foa Wye who's ready to contribute immediately and can be a spark plug. And the Gamecocks might be the most dangerous team in the SEC. It might all run through Columbia this season. I'm just saying. And rounding out our freshman, Hado, 31 points in her debut against against the two-time national champs, South Carolina. I mean, it was a blowout, but she was very much so a bright spot. Showing the three-point range, first off, man. Like, she can flat out shoot the basketball. Very nice, tight handle. Runs the transition, runs the break well. Talented, competitive, hard-nosed point guard who is not afraid to look for her own shot, man. Olivia Miles, the top option, best player on this team for the Fighting Irish, was out. They're out there in Paris hooping, and the bright lights, the big stage, was no issue for Hidalgo at all. She came in as one of the most highly anticipated freshmen in the 2023 class, and we absolutely saw why. I mean, just her off the dribble, given an inch of breathing room, and she's letting it fly, man. I was impressed with the range and the fluidity that she shot the rock with. She's quick. She's crafty in the lane. She got the floater that all the small guards need. She can finish amongst the trees. She's fast in open space. She's dangerous with the basketball, man. She can make plays happen. She can make things happen, and she was a big bright spot for Notre Dame, who was, I'm guessing, was not expecting to get their doors blown off by 30-plus by South Carolina, a very talented South Carolina team. They were down Olivia Miles, but Hannah Hidalgo, I mentioned, could be an X factor in that game. She has 31 points and just completely puts her name in the national spotlight of just being one of the best freshmen in the nation and arguably one of the best guards so far early in the season. Now, it is early, but just seeing how these freshmen have come out to play, it just gives you a lot of faith and hope in the women's game to continue to move forward after the Caitlin Clarks and Angel Reese's and Paige Beckers. Like, there's a new crop of freshmen coming in that are here, that are ready to etch their name into that national spotlight and next faces of the college game. So it's good to see, man. It's a lot of storylines already starting off, but one thing we had to discuss was the way these freshmen are taking the game by storm. There's been a lot of good games, and I love that this influx of young talent is making an immediate impact for their teams. And that's a wrap for us. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation, though, man. Let me know how y'all feel about the top players. Which freshmen are surprising you? Who do we need to be keeping an eye on? Y'all holler at your boy in the comments. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.